Hello everyone and welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha and I thought today, after being home for 2 days, would be a really good day to give you some of the back history, some of the thought processes, and give you the conclusion. Okay, let's start with why I was one of the first people that did Where Are the Children videos. I live in Louisiana. During Katrina, we saw on our regular news sites children, 5,000 of them, being loaded onto school buses. Okay, do you see the connection? All right, most of you are like, oh yeah, well that would catch our attention. Yeah, so it did. Those children disappeared. They were lost for close to 15 years, because if you look it up now, if you Google it now, they're going to tell you that in 2020 they found the last of the lost Katrina children. I don't believe that at all. Seriously, and I'm sorry to say that, but I think there are children that will never be found from that fiasco of inept and awful government. All right, move on. I saw a video where they were talking about child trafficking, and that just all together kind of created a scenario in my head that I was uncomfortable with and I was not willing to overlook. So we began fundraising, and all together we got a little over $8 grand. I booked my flights to Maui, went to Maui. I was boots on the ground for 8 full days. A half day the first day and a half day the last day. So you could just say 9 days, all right? Total of 10, but 9 physical days. And I investigated more than you will ever be able to imagine, you guys. I talked to hundreds and hundreds of people, which, let me make a point right here. This video is going to be unedited. I don't have enough space on my phone to stop, correct, connect, or anything else. So this is me going from start to finish without stopping. So excuse the mistakes. It's just how it's got to be to get this video out today. What I'm trying to say is, when I got to Maui, it was never a vacation for me. You guys funded it. I was there to find answers to legitimate questions. The number one in my mind being, where are these kids? Are 2,200 children missing? What I quickly came to realize was there are missing people posters around the hubs, but they are not children. They're adults. Something else I noticed, there were kids everywhere, all over the island. Something else I noticed, that a lot of parents were talking about homeschooling or just keeping their kids at home and e-schooling for the time being, but they had not found the time to reach out to the Department of Education. They were unsure of where they were going to live, how long they were going to be there. Talking to government officials that couldn't help them at that moment was not high on their priority list. So I do think there are a lot of people that are going to, over the next week or two, reach out to the Department of Education with their kids. And we're going to see those numbers drop drastically again, because it's sitting at like less than 400 families now they're still looking for. So there are no missing kids in Maui, is what I'm trying to say. Like, people were going back to their regular lives. It's like it is here in Louisiana after a massive storm. With a lot of confusion, a lot of heartbreak. People were walking around almost dazed, just trying to go back to work so they could pay what bills they had, trying to see what FEMA was going to continue to do for them, trying to figure out what in the heck the government was going to do. But the one thing that stood out to me was there were no people at any of the FEMA places that I went, at any of the hubs that I stopped at, that were screaming, where are my children? You know, at least one person would have been somewhere being recorded crying for a missing child. None of that happened. After talking to locals, several of them, I found 2 willing to go on video and talk. That was Iris, that was Justin. Maui is a very small community for the people that live there regularly. They have to be careful not to speak out against their public officials, because you can't get away from them, okay? You just, until you go to an island and you understand what I'm saying, you're just gonna have to trust me on that one point. People are not gonna talk badly about other people online mainly because they go to church with them, their kids play ball with them, that person sits on a board with them, that person might be kin to their doctor, their vet. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody is kin to everyone. So there's no way to hide 2,200 kids and the entire island of Maui and all the other Hawaiian islands not be very aware of what was happening. These rumors of FEMA and the government, you know, the military fighting, that's all BS. That's all BS. There's nowhere that you could do that on that island that there wouldn't be eyes on you. That's what I was trying to tell you guys. Like, you're not getting away with anything on Maui. You're just not. You're just not getting away with it. Something else I saw that people keep bringing up. Well, there were dead bodies that washed up on another island. I asked around about that and people laughed. Like, that's not true. Bodies floating in the water with bullet holes in their heads. Not true again. Not true again. I will tell you guys this. I was never threatened. Did I feel like I was being followed? A couple of times, yes. Shannon pointed it out, which was why God sent him there to ferry me around this island. We drove over 900 miles on an island. If you do your research and realize how small Maui is, that's extraordinary. Okay, our average speed, and I do have a picture and I will put that up one day for y'all, 15.6 miles per hour. That's how slow it is to move around there. So you're not going to get anybody doing a quick job of moving anything on Maui. The roads are extremely twisty once you get out of the, 15 or 20 miles of flat land that they dedicated to the tourist. The people on Maui have a very expensive life. Like, everything's very expensive. It's twice what you pay for it here. Come on, kitty, quit. I'm on the thing right now. Some other things I wanted to tell you. So no, I was never threatened. No one ever threatened me. I did feel like I was kind of being followed a couple of times, and Shannon did too. I do feel like now that I'm home and I'm safe on my property and my state and my community, I can say this with the utmost honesty. People get killed on Maui all the time over the land issue. That is happening. Just spoke to a lady fighting for her land right now. We were able to connect her to a shadow group of attorneys that are not a nonprofit. You're not going to be able to look them up online. They contacted me out of Washington, D.C. Come on, Jesus. And they don't put themselves out there. In fact, the lady goes by the name Mary Jane. Kind of an odd name, but that's what she picked for herself. She doesn't live in Washington, but that's where she works out of. And they do all this work on the down low to fight against these corrupt politicians on Maui, because you're not going to be a judge or an attorney on Maui unless they want you to. Same with the higher up positions. Nobody's hands are clean. So the lady that I spoke to today has to file paperwork first thing in the morning to be able to save her land that she's been fighting for 5 years with no help. And by the grace of God, we were able to connect A to B, and now she's got a fighting chance. But this is not a story that is a rarity on Maui. I had a National Guardsman reach out to me. I will not say his name. A beautiful, amazing young man. My son is a National Guardsman, so I had a lot of respect for him. He met me at the farmer's market in Upcountry on Saturday. He had wanted to interview with me and give his side of the story and talk, but his community, as well as the military personnel that he talked to about it, said, do not do it. Do not do it. So I was unable to interview him for you guys, but I was able to touch base with him. And I will tell you that people in Maui don't have the ability to talk out about a lot of things that are happening. I will also say that while I was in Walmart going to use the restroom, I did notice the missing children's pictures of how many kids come up missing on Maui. And it's a lot for an island. It was a lot for an island. What happened to these kids, I don't know, but they have nothing to do with the fire. Understand what I'm saying? These were kids that were missing prior to the fire. Their families already had missing pictures up. And it broke my heart because it made me realize that there is something going on in Maui that's much deeper. But where the fire is concerned, none of that I couldn't find any evidence of that, mainly because the people weren't missing their kids. They just weren't missing them. They knew where their children were, So it's kind of dumb to keep on something that There's no evidence pointing in that direction. But I think we all need to be very aware of the fact that there is a land grab going on, and people get killed on Maui for trying to protect their land. Okay? That's real. That's very real. So I need you all to pray for a woman. The only name I can give you is Lay. Lift her up to your Heavenly Father. She needs $150 for, filing fees for tomorrow. There's no way it can be sent to her that they won't know it's come onto the island. So we need someone on the island to listen to Jesus, tell them where to bring that money to the courthouse. And that's all I can say. We just need it to happen. In Jesus' name, it's going to be done. It's like $5 million worth of land in a house that she's been fighting 5 years for. And when I got there, she lost the last case. Yet we were, like I said, able to give her to someone that's helped her write up a rebuttal, and now she's going to file it. But tomorrow's the last day to get that done. I would love to give you guys her Venmo and her name, and you guys could send her the money, but it would put her life in danger. It's that serious. It's that serious. I will be going back to Maui. I will be. Hopefully, as we keep bringing light to the land issue there, people are going to realize that I'm legitimate. I'm not going to chase down ignorant stuff, and I'm not going to put them out there when they ask me not to. But I'm praying that God keeps bringing people to me to talk to. I had a mother reach out to me. Her daughter is on the police department for Maui, and she wants to talk to me today. But again, I can't give you any more information than that. Their whole career, their whole lives could be put on the line when they speak to me. So you guys have to be really patient with that. Like, I'm very serious about keeping people's confidentiality. That's why they speak to me, because I'm not there for any other reason than to shine a light on where the problems are. But if I give up their information and they get injured, that's on me, okay? They're going through a lot in Maui. The kids are safe, though, you guys. We need to really focus on the other issues there. I am going to do the video for the UN for you guys, but if you notice this big, beautiful bus in my yard, I have children's church tonight. I need to focus on the kids that God put in my life, take care of every single day. So I got to get busy with that right now. I'm still so behind in this garden. I may put out an all call for anybody that lives around me in Louisiana that wants to come and help me move from my summer to my fall garden and just do a work day. That may work. People are wonderful. I'm sure they'll come and help me if I ask. But let's see what God does. Who knows? I do it all by myself anyway because my husband works another job. So usually I can get it back under control. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, yeah, Maui was a lot more than what it looked like on the videos. And there were things I couldn't say at that moment, but I was never threatened. It's not dangerous for you to go there and be an active tourist, so don't let someone tell you not to. But please don't go there and put cameras in people's faces and start asking about kids that are missing that aren't, because there legitimately are missing kids on Maui, but it has nothing to do with the fire. So maybe we can chase that down. Maybe we can start trying to figure out if there is a ring of people that remove kids off these islands, because it happens everywhere. We're not dumb. We're not dumb. You're not dumb. I'm not dumb. That's why you guys sent me, right? So there's a lot we all need to continue to work on. Please, if you have not started securing your food and water, need you guys to do that. Maybe tomorrow, after I finish with the UN video and it looks good enough and it's enough of the correct information, I'll put it up for y'all. I'm gonna show you guys what a bug out bag looks like. I have one. I've had one since the Great Flood in 2016. And I need you guys to look at what a bug out bag is. I need you to start putting those together. All right, so God bless you. Thank you so much for rowing in my boat, you guys. I love you a lot. I appreciate you guys. It looks like most of the crazies are finally off of the channel, so we can start having these real conversations about what's really going on in Maui. It's a lot, you guys. It's like an onion. Just layer after layer of corruption and generations of people being harassed and threatened. Everybody there's got a story of an uncle or an aunt that disappeared fighting for their land. So we're going to start shedding light on that. We're going to start shedding light on it. God bless you guys. Be safe.